the governor, Brad Lander, right behind her after this incident today. There are protesters in and around this area in Foley Square. Let's listen here for a few minutes.
For New York and our country. I was literally walking the streets of Little Haiti to try and bring some comfort to a community that's under siege with a travel ban and losing their legal status. The streets were empty. People are scared. Businesses are concerned about their future. And that's when I got word of what had happened to my colleague in government, our Comptroller, Brad Lander. The video is shocking. I knew I needed to come down here immediately and check on his whereabouts and do what I could to intervene. I'll let Brad speak about his experience. But to my knowledge, there are no charges. Charges have been dropped. He walks out of there a free man. But while that is a positive outcome in a very high-profile case, we're also concerned about those that are walking out of this courthouse taken away from their families. They don't have the attention. They don't have the lawyers. And that's why the state of New York is providing $50 million to cover legal services for people who are finding themselves in this situation. We'll continue to do what we can to support the communities and the immigration coalitions and thank them for their work that they're doing at this time. It's hard to see these people, to know their stories, to hug them, to know they've been separated from loved ones. I just want to say we're a better country than this. We're a far better country than what we're experiencing. This is New York. This is New York. A land of immigrants. We're proud of them. As I stood in the hallway upstairs on the 9th floor waiting to know the whereabouts of my friend, almost everyone I spoke to who worked there in security and otherwise, they came from other countries. They're immigrants themselves. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ladies and gentlemen, I present our Comptroller, Brad Lander.
Thank you. I want to thank the governor, and I want to thank Immigrant ARC, the organization that I was volunteering with today, and all the other volunteers that are here. I'm New York City Comptroller Brad Lander, and I'm happy to report I am just fine. I lost a button. But, you know, I'm going to sleep in my bed tonight, safe with my family. I'm grateful to hear that the charges are not being brought, but if they are, I've got a lawyer. I don't have to worry about my due process rights. At that elevator, I was separated from someone named Edgardo, who I had just met a couple of minutes earlier. Edgardo is in ICE detention, and he's not going to sleep in his bed tonight. So far as I know, he has no lawyer. He has been stripped of his due process rights by a government and a judge that owe him a credible fear hearing before they deport him, and yet have decided instead to strip folks like Edgardo and the prior gentleman that I walked out with, whose native language is Yoruba, and who only got a translator in French. And so when the judge said, do you understand what it means that after I dismiss your case, you'll have no status? He said no status as he recognized what was about to happen. So I will be fine, but Edgardo is not going to be fine. And the rule of law is not fine. And our constitutional democracy is not fine. This is the third week in a row that I've come down here with Immigrant ARC to accompany families out of this building. And before today, I had walked 4 families out, all of whom were afraid that they were going to be detained by ICE agents, and yet who were able to walk out of the building, even though they had had their cases dismissed and are subject to expedited removal, but were nonetheless able to get out of that building and at least get back to their kids, get back to their families, try to...
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.